At times it becomes really uncomfortable when we are saying no to our close one, but you have to tell them that yes, this is who you are now, and that person will appreciate it. Why? Because that person doesn't know what your choices are and who you have become now. So hi, beautiful souls. I hope you all are doing amazing. Blessed wherever you are. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ankita, your friend over here, back again with another video. I want to keep this video free flowing because I have lot to share with all of you, which I'm sure will help you improve your life in some way or the other. Firstly, I want to talk with all of you about the option and the choices we have. I am talking about this topic choices because it is important and needed to understand this thing, because we all are bombarded with choices in our life. In our life, we see everywhere there are a lot of option and choices available to us. More than ever, now is the time where things are easily available to us and there are endless choices and options we have in our life. Here, there is that wisdom that comes in life where you should know what you really want. Because whatever option you are going to choose, there will definitely gonna be a consequences and its effect involved. It is easy to get influenced by other people's opinions, where we just go with what other people say. But you have to understand one thing. When someone is recommending you something, it's not necessary that it's good for you as well. If you opt for all the choices that comes your way, you will see that you are making your life a big havoc and mess. Why? Because when you have got lot of options in your life, you will see that you are not even able to act on one thing wholeheartedly and with all your focus. Also, what you choose will define quality of your life. Let me give you an example over here. Some day back, I really get tempted to shop more for myself, even though I have already done the shopping for myself, the few which I needed. But due to the discounts and offer I was getting, I was really tempted to go and opt and do more shopping. I am someone who is little aware. I don't want to say fully aware, because at times even I get into the trap. So I am more mindful. I saw my energy is feeling bit anxious. You know, when you want something and you are just like go and get it. I was feeling that anxious energy inside of me, and I was like, wait, this is not something good. I took myself away from that. I was like, do I really need that thing what I'm opting for? Do I really need to shop, or I'm just doing it to make myself feel good? Because what happened is, this shopping and any other thing is a temporary dopamine release. When we do certain things, we feel good, but just for that temporary moment. And I was feeling my energy is just like go and get everything. I was getting into this energy where I was feeling anxious and my energy was getting little disbalanced. I took a pause and I was like, do I really need that? Answer was no. What I did was, I was like, I'll not even go and open that website. I just disconnected from it. But I really had that money to buy. So, that thing and thought was just going on. And over here, you have to be aware. It's not about the money you have. It's about how you treat it, and you should have this where you can keep that energy of money with yourself as well. The wiser decision for me was, at that point of time, I have not used that money for shopping. But what I did instead of that money was, I invested that money in stock market, so that I was not seeing that money where I was just feeling tempted to go and shop, but it was invested wisely. Because I know if I'm investing it, even if I don't make huge money out of it, I'm still investing it, and there is definitely a return of that money. So I have not opted and chose like going and shopping, which I don't even need. I invested that money. Maybe sometime later when I need that thing, I can pull that money out and buy that thing. Over here, my self-awareness came into the picture, and I gave that time. I have not gone and done the impulsive shopping. I took a break, I slept overnight, and I was like, no, I don't need this thing at the moment, and I should not opt for it. And we see in our life most of the time, we are tempted so much, and this is not just in this area. I have seen this in my other areas as well, where there are a lot of options available for me. There is this understanding and experience which comes into life, where you realize, okay, there are these options, but is that option good for you? Is it healthy for you to move with that option? And if you rush and you are listening this thing from someone who has lived this life, where I was also very compulsive. I used to be that instant one, but as I'm growing, as I'm learning, as I'm educating, I'm realizing it's good to give everything some time. Even when it comes to relationship, I'm learning now to give it more time and space. If I give you example over here, the best tree which gives us best fruit is when it grows in its natural state. Similarly, I'm learning in relationship also, it can be any kind of relationship. You have to give it time and space to blossom. If you don't do that, you will see that the plant is dying. Why? Because you're rushing its process. And now I'm actually learning to slow down the process, to give things its own time to blossom and to flourish when it's time. And all these things come when you become intentional, you become more mindful and aware that is that thing is good for you or not. But if you rush into the process, you will see that things are collapsing. Why? Because it's not evolving in its natural process. When a baby is born, it takes 9 months. That's how the baby is born as the healthy one. We cannot do the premature delivery. Why? Because that's the process, that's the time that baby takes to evolve. Similarly, in all area of your life, you have to give certain things time. If you rush the process, you will see that it's not blossoming the way it should. Coming back to the second incident, what I have realized is over the period of time, we all evolve. As we evolve, our choices differ. Recently, I went out with a friend. I was hungry. I was full because I don't easily offer outside food, so I already had my meal. But I told him like you can have whatever you want. So he ordered combo for himself. So he was like, why don't you order something for yourself as well? I was like, I'm all full, so you can have. I don't mind it. So he was like, there was a fries. And before 4-5 years, I used to love fries. So he was like, you will not even have your favorite food, fries. I was like, I hold it for a minute and I told him one thing. That used to be my previous choice. Now I don't really like fries much. He was like, are you kidding me? You used to love fries. I was like, yes. Now I'm not the one who will opt for this fried foods. It doesn't suit my body anymore. Over here, why I mentioned this thing to you is we evolve and we outgrow our choices as well. Someone is having that perception you will like the similar things. It's okay, they can have that idea and persona about you which you used to be before. But don't feel bad at that point of time. You have to be upfront and deny. Why? Because the one you have become now, it might not suit you as you are now. And it's okay to set boundaries and say no at that point of time. Because if you say yes, pleasing someone else, you will see that your body is not feeling comfortable. You're not feeling comfortable. It's okay to deny and tell them politely that yes, now your preferences are different. You cannot match the way you were. We are always growing and evolving. So over here, just because that was my favorite food back then doesn't mean that it is mine now as well. My choices are different today. If I go out, I will choose the healthiest option even outside, not the junk and fried foods. Why? Because it doesn't suit my body anymore. I'll give you this example because at times it becomes really uncomfortable when we are saying no to our close one. But you have to tell them that yes, this is who you are now, and that person will appreciate it. Why? Because that person doesn't know what your choices are and who you have become now. So you have to tell them so that they are aware about it from the next time. More thing I realized over the period of time is this. Many a times we do certain mistakes where we feel like these things are good for us. We go and we discover. What we do is we try and fit into those things. But understand one thing, if that thing is not for you, even if you try hard, that thing will not match with you. Why? Because at first place, that thing is not for you. If you're getting a lot of options and choices, you will see that the one which is not in alignment with you will go away, will drift away from your life. At that point of time, you will be left in this uncomfortable process where there will be this grieving and sadness. Why? Because you have invested so much time and energy into that person or that situation just to realize later that thing did not work out. The reason it did not work out because that was not the thing for you. You opted for it because there was this option available. And I realized over the period of time this one thing. There will be lot of option which will be shown to you. There will be endless option and possibilities for you. But there this wisdom come, there this your experience come. Over the period of time you realize what you should say yes to and no to. That comes with your experience. As you mature, as you grow, realize you are making better choices. Why? Because now you know what is good for you, not the 100 choices which comes along your way, but you will choose those things which are in alignment with you. And over here your values will be tested, and your values will define what suits you. I was in a place last year where there was a big choice which I have to make. Shall I go with this option or that option? I have left this option just to later on realize this was the best option for me. That what happen in our life. Sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we choose other things just to realize this thing was not good for us. And that what we realize after making mistakes, after investing our time and energy. So there is no wrong and right thing. Unless you don't try other thing, you will not even know that if that thing was for you. But when you get that clarity, this is the thing for you, you have to hold in there. And now the second phase come over here. The second phase is this: you have to give it time, effort and energy. You have to be consistent. It's easy to get that success, but it requires more effort and more energy to keep it successful. And life will only sustain when you put more efforts than you have done for achieving it. That's why a lot of people fail in their life, because once they get that thing, they don't realize they have to put in more efforts to keep it going. Because that's why we hear a lot of stories where we see a lot of millionaires were made, but they went bankrupt. Why? Because they didn't knew how to sustain it. They didn't knew how to keep that wealth. So it's easy for you to get that thing, whatever it could be, but it requires more effort and more energy to make that thing sustainable and to keep it growing. It's easy for you to lose 5 kg of weight in one go, but then you will see that there will be a lot of discipline action required for you to sustain that weight which you have lost. So it's always about practice. You cannot think that one day you have done and you will reap the rewards and fruits forever in your life. It's not that way. You have to plant water consistently to keep it healthy and in a growth state. Similarly, you have to water your dreams, whatever you are trying to achieve. You have to keep on taking action. One video and think like, okay, I'm done. That's not how it goes. I have to keep on doing the work so that I can see myself where I want to. You have to keep on taking action. It's not one-time effort. It's a consistency and it's a practice habit which will keep you going. So don't assume that once you have done something, once you have achieved, it's forever. If you don't put in the work, it will be lost as well. Permanent basis, you have to keep taking action on a permanent basis as well. That's how life is supposed to be. Not one-time action, but consistent effort. This was a very free-flowing conversation which I wanted to share because there were a couple of things I wanted to touch over here. Let me know in the comment section, was this video helpful to you? Please look forward to read all your comments. So please drop in. I would love to hear from you. How did you feel? Also, please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done. It will help us to grow and reach to more people. Also, share it with your loved ones who can benefit from this video. I hope this video was helpful to you some way or the other. Sending you a lot of love and light. I love you. Keep shining bright. Until next time. Bye-bye.